Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Javier here from The Real Javier Novoa, a channel, a platform, and a modality where we apply the principles of philosophy, spirituality, mysticism, law of attraction, law of assumption, and business, and just good common business sense to rapid lifestyle transformation. It's Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, although probably when you see this, it will be early Thursday. It is hump day. It is the middle of the week. We're doing a great job on our progress. And very, very soon for many of you, you're going to be looking forward to your week because you're going to be free from a job and a boss within 6 months to a year. It's the promise that we make on this channel, the bold promise that we make. If you follow the principles and techniques here, you can be free from a job and a boss, if you so choose, within 6 months. So I would ask you, first of all, as we always do, please, if you find value in our materials, hit the subscribe button below. Not only will you be joining a community of master manifestors, you will get announcements for all of my new videos, which we release daily here at The Real Javier Novoa. Videos that are impacting lives, ladies and gentlemen. So I will give you a moment to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Not only will you be joining that community, but you're helping us get the word out by getting the algorithm into our favor. And we are having a lot of comments on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm receiving a lot of emails. I'm reading a lot of your comments. I'm loving them. Please keep them coming because it engages me in a discussion with you, and it also helps me figure out what areas that I can help you on, which is what this channel is all about. Read some great comments on our recent videos, the most recent ones about getting out of very bad situations and getting off rock bottom, which have resonated with many people. And I got some really good comments. I got one from Kevin Stiff, who's one of our subscribers, and we really appreciate you for watching the videos and for taking time to comment. He's saying, I grew up in Richardson, still only 45 minutes to an hour away from downtown Dallas, depending on traffic. Haven't fallen too far from the tree. Welcome to Texas. Well, I was born and raised in Texas, been here for most of my life, beside a short stint in Colorado, I believe. Born and raised here. Loving Texas. Texas is a state full of opportunities. I love living here. Haven't even begun to explore it, even though I've been living here all my life. And we will be doing a lot more excursions throughout Texas, and we'll be showing that to you on my Facebook page. By the way, I invite you all to join the Facebook group, the Real Javier Novoa group, as well as also you can friend me on Facebook, Javier Novoa. I'll put the link in the description. On another one of our videos, Royal Fool, who's also a great subscriber to the channel, said, always love the energy. May you have good fortune in all that you are, and I highly appreciate that. Royal Fool, we love your energy, and we appreciate you being part of this community here. The comment that I really wanted to address today, in making this video about it, was put as a response to the video yesterday about mystical manifesting with Neville Goddard, in which we went through a few short passages of Neville Goddard's great book, The Law and the Promise. We're going to be doing more videos in what will be a series on the great Neville Goddard, as he is a seminal figure in understanding these modalities. But the comment that I got on this video by Cold Pizza, and we also welcome Cold Pizza to the channel. We appreciate your following us on the channel as well. And I love cold pizza, by the way. It's something that I ate a lot, especially in my 20s. Because didn't have the time to heat it up. So the comment was, the idea that your entire dream comes to you not in one big event, but in pieces, is such a simple concept. Yet I had never seen it that way until now. I will pay greater attention to the clues. And that's what we're all here for, to learn how to refine our attention, to learn how to refine our focus, and to notice the clues. Because, as you'll see, as we're going to make clear in this video, your desire is already there. It's just that you can't see it. And so in order to attain your desire, you have to do nothing other than cleanse what William Blake called the doors of your perception. And to actually cleanse what Marcus Aurelius called the divine or the divinity within, so that you're able to attune it to what you want. You're able to see what you want because it's already there. Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, it's not separate from you. You just have to learn to see it. So it's a very prescient point that Cold Pizza made here. Paying greater attention, that's the name of the game. I would brush them off as, to me, they weren't neatly packaged or complete, and as you know from this work, you're never complete because completion is death. On the other side of that coin of paradox, it's all already complete because as divinity you must be completion. But I just wanted to go a little bit more into how your desire manifests and what this has to do with not having to believe it. You see, the moment that you generate a desire through contrast or just through any thought, you being the creative aspect of the universe, that desire is already yours fully, completely, the moment that you conceive it. Only most of the time it's on a different film roll, because the film roll that you're on by definition cannot lead to that desire, because ostensibly it's a new desire. So every time you conceive of a new desire, that creates a new trajectory, so to speak. Just like when you're aiming at a target, when you aim at a new target, that bullet that you've just fired to the last target does not stop automatically. No, that bullet has to travel to that target, and then by focus you get closer and closer to the next target. I hope you understand me just a little bit. Likewise, as your focus refines to being able to notice more aspects of your desire, to being able to line up with your desire, you get closer and closer to that other film roll. And the length of time that it takes for you to get on that film roll is the length of time it takes for you to align with that desire, what Abraham Hicks calls getting into the vortex concerning that desire. But here's the deal. Law of assumption and Neville Goddard and so on talk about imagining it till you feel it real. What we talk about on this channel is mental rehearsal. What Abraham Hicks talks about is getting into the vortex so you can attract it to yourself. These are all different terms for the exact same concept, and that is that you have to get into the frequency of what you want. But what we do on this channel is bypass all that. That's right, you can bypass even all that, because even in order to get to where you can attract your desire, you have to work on your vibration. You have to get in the vibrational vicinity, and that takes time, ladies and gentlemen. But what we're telling you on this channel, and what I'm telling you, is that you don't need to take time. Why? Because you are outside of time. Why? Because you're not separate from your desire. Of course, like we talked about in our scale of being in the early videos of this channel, we came from divinity and we set up an observer and observed, sort of like a game. What the Gnostics say is that wisdom went to Sophia, went to sleep, so to speak, and then she dreamed this duality. So in the dream, in the duality, all of these precepts about law of attraction and law of assumption apply. And of course we talk about that in this channel so that we can help you to attune to your desire, because it's what you came to do. However, you can bypass all that in an instant, and it's what I believe the book and Course in Miracle calls the deductive method. That is, if you can know yourself as the divine, if you can know yourself in an instant as one with everything, what we call on this channel the knowing, then you can get to what you desire immediately, because you're not separate from your desire. But the condition of that is buying the pearl of great price that we talked about, I believe, 2 videos ago. And that pearl of great price is not seeking it on the outer, knowing that it is all in the inner, and forgetting about seeking it on the outer. And that's the deal, so to speak, that I made with you in that video, especially for those of you who are in severe situations. If you can forget about the outer and just focus on the inner, you're there. You've done the deductive method. You're now above and beyond even having to get into the law of attraction. What does that mean? that means your feelings don't matter. Oh, you're going to feel great, and you're going to feel aligned with that, and you're going to attract it. You're going to get into the vortex. All of that does have to happen in time and space. It's what Neville Goddard calls the bridge of incidents. You're going to pass a bridge of incidents, but you need not lift a finger to get onto that bridge of incidents, because all you have to do is get to a knowing of who you are. Know that you create everything in the tabernacle that is your skull. Know that you are one with everything. Know that you are your desire, and that you need use no process, and then you'll simply be carried down that path. And any other processes are just optional. They're just fun. They're just part of the game. I hope you understand me here just a little bit. And this is why, my friends, you don't have to seek it. You don't have to believe for it. And you don't have to vibrate for it positively, even though you will. And as I gave the example in our last video, we will give a detailed example of it here. Let's say you're trying to start a business, but you've never started a business before, and in fact you have no idea about how to go into the field that you're trying to start a business in. Let's say you're trying to open a gold mine, and you've never done anything besides work at a taco stand. It is possible and it can be done, but as the great Boris Berezovsky said, set your aim too high and you'll set yourself up for failure. But this is not an aim. What we know as master manifestors is that we're not seeking anything on the outer. And whatever we do on the inner is automatically going to translate into the outer or onto the outer, but in a way that you know not of. So where are we going to focus 85% of our attention? My mama didn't raise no fool. So if I'm going to focus my attention on something, it's going to be on the Pareto principle aspect. It's going to be on that 10% that's going to give me 90% of the results. Well, how about that 0.0001% that's going to give you infinity results? And that is resorting to your focus, which Neville Goddard said is the Christ. He called it imagination. We call it focus on this channel. Reverting to your consciousness. So I'm going to go into my consciousness, and I'm going to appropriate that gold mine, that business, in any way that I feel inspired and in any way that helps me get into the state of that. For some people, it's going to be imagining one aspect of that, one scene of my having attained that gold mine business, and then repeating that one short scene over and over again. It could be my signing the contract for the person who has just sold me the gold mine. Or it could be, even better yet, hearing the congratulations of a relative. Hey, congratulations that you attained that gold mine and now you're running this gold mine. And I could just repeat it in my imagination over and over. Another way to do it were to just say, thank you, God, thank you, Father, and have that feeling of what the feeling would be like if I attained the gold mine. Another way to do it is to say, I have a gold mine. Another way to do it, and the best way to do it, is to simply have the desire, and then whenever you think of that desire, just say, thank you, I have it. There's no process to this. There are many processes of it. The only process that you need to take is the one that you feel inspired to take to get you into that. But the condition is you only focus on the inner and you don't care about the outer. Then on the outer, I'm doing whatever action is inspired to me, and it doesn't necessarily have to be connected to that gold mine in my left brain, because everything's connected. So my right brain is going to be sensing opportunities. It's going to be orchestrating events and circumstances to either have me take the next step toward that or have another piece of it come to me. And then what happens is when a piece of it comes, my belief in that piece is now absolute, because I don't have to believe it anymore. I know it. So if I'm now seeking $1 million loan and a friend of mine says, hey, I have a rich Uncle Jay who's worth $1 billion, you might try that, my faith in that step automatically goes up. When I go to him and he says yes, to $100,000, my faith in getting that $100,000 goes up. And then the faith is built up naturally, as opposed to what many people are trying to do in this modality, building up their faith and trying to practice getting into the state and so on and so forth, which can work for reasons that I know that we all understand, but that is tiring and exhausting. That's why in this channel we say that we take no effort, interior or exterior. Because if you're going to take interior effort, you might as well just take exterior effort, and that's not leveraging to the full extent that you can the spiritual path. The spiritual path is about having it all and inheriting it all, and when you know you have it, you inherit it. So allow the path to unfold. Don't lift a finger. Live in what Neville Goddard calls the Sabbath, and you don't have to believe in God because God believes in you. And the path will unfold before you, and your faith will automatically come up. You'll automatically get into what Abraham Hicks calls the vortex, and you'll automatically be assuming it, as Neville Goddard says. It's not about imagining your wish fulfilled every second of every day. It's about doing what feels good, doing what feels inspiring, most of the time not even thinking about it. Because remember, getting into state is the state of what you would feel like in the whole complex of surroundings of what we call in this channel context of what you'd have after you've attained your desire and when you have your desire. Well, people who are millionaires are not always thinking about the number in their bank account. In fact, they're probably hardly never thinking about it. In fact, J. Paul Getty said, if a man can count his wealth, that's because he's not rich enough, or something to that effect. So you're not focused on the number in your bank account. You're not focused on the desire you want to attain. Rather, you're already living in the end result of that desire. And what's the end result of your desire when you think about it? First of all, there is no end result, because remember, your desire is not something that's a stagnant state. And we've talked about this in other videos. So, I desire $1 million in my bank account, but that's a moving, multifaceted, dynamic desire. It's not just seeing a number in my bank account, because there's an infinite number of vantage points that I could see that. I could go to the bank and see it printed out on a statement. I can look at it in my bank account on the internet. I could hear someone call me and tell me, hey, you have $1 million in your bank account. That desire is constantly a moving part. Even the very name that we give to this stagnant thing called desire is simply a placeholder, because our mind can't wrap around the infinite nature of reality. I hope you understand me just a little bit. So there's nothing stagnant here. That's what it means. So if you're going for a target, you've got the wrong attitude already, because there's nothing stagnant. What you're going for is a feeling. What you're going for is a feeling of relief and a feeling of freedom, so that what? This is the main key that I want you to take from this video. Most of us are seeking a homestead, we're seeking wealth, we're seeking freedom from the prison grid. But so that we can do what? So that we can take action on problems, ladies and gentlemen. All life is the joy of solving problems. If you had no problems, you would have no life. It's just that you want to pick the problems that you focus your attention on. You don't want to focus on having to pay rent. You want to focus on building a business. You want to focus on building a beautiful piece of art. You want to focus on conquering the heart of that beautiful young woman. But you don't want everything solved for you. So the whole crux of Neville Goddard's teachings and Abraham's teachings and all of the teachings of law of attraction, law of assumption are to enjoy the journey and to realize that your whole desire is to be able to solve problems, and therefore to see the problem in front of you as something that you've chosen, and therefore something fun, and to be able to feel the way you want to feel right now. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. That's the secret that we just gave away in this video. So we hope you found value in the videos. We hope you find value in all these videos. All the videos that we make here on The Real Javier Novoa. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. But most of all, thank you for joining me on this journey of rapid lifestyle transformation, of unfoldment in our knowledge and application of the principles of Why We Came. I'm doing coaching calls, ladies and gentlemen. They're taking off. They're dynamic. I will put my email in the description. You can email me and get more accomplished within weeks what it takes years for most people to accomplish. I'll put my years of experience in business and consulting on the table to help you get a power punch in your life. We're also doing email coaching, which is an option for those with smaller budgets. Also, again, I'd invite you to subscribe to the channel so that we can get the word out and so that you can join our community. Thanks for watching, guys. Until very soon, until tomorrow, this is Javier with great love and appreciation. Ciao.